raising the issue of lack of women at WEF.
And Sea Shepherd says that New Zealand and Australia is supporting to protect the whales and dolphins away from the Japanese. That's all today. Please subscribe and follow our Facebook and Twitter pages listed down below, and see you next time.
Don't be stupid, Tom.
Okay, I meant was, that's all today. Please subscribe and follow our Facebook and Twitter pages listed down below, and see you next time. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Here is the top stories today. A New Zealand registered Boeing 737 has crashed in the Solomon Islands.
The South Island mountains had snow overnight. Well, that's strange.
And in time, lifesaver traffic in Wellington, and there is no issue. New Zealanders travelling to Thailand are being warned of their safety as protesters still protest over general elections next week. Just watch out for potential possible flashpoints.
Investigation is underway of the Boeing 737 New Zealand toll plane. It crashed at Honiara Airport, but no one died or injured in the crash.
And in breaking news, Lord has been nominated for the Best Solo Performance in the Grammys. Congratulations, Lord. You made New Zealand proud. Well, this is unusual. Snow has fallen in the middle of the South Island, in the middle of summer. The last summer snow was in 2012.
Police are looking for a missing 94-year-old who ran away from a Masterton retirement home. Roma Hallbrook Roberts was missing yesterday afternoon.
The Fijian woman found in a motel pool room has died. She was found unresponsive and they were called at Ulster Street at Hamilton. Let's check the weather forecast for Wellington, Waikato and Auckland. Let's start with Waikato. Hamilton is sunny and 24 degrees Celsius.
Let's go to the Wellington region, and sunny for Wellington and 16 degrees. Otaki should have 20.
Lucky last, Auckland, sunny and 21 degrees.
Let's have a look at the headlines.
New Zealand, here is the top stories today. A New Zealand registered Boeing 737 has crashed in the Solomon Islands.
The South Island mountains had snow overnight. Well, that's strange.
And in time, lifesaver traffic in Wellington, and there is no issue.
Time lifesaver traffic in Wellington, and everything is fine besides the roadworks on SH1 in the central city.
That's all today. Please subscribe and see you next time. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Here is our top stories today. David Cunliffe unveils baby bonus if elected this year.
Tarantino sues Gawker Media after script leaked online.
And Christchurch police arrested 2 people linked to the bar robbery. Christchurch police have made 2 arrests this morning. A 24 and a 25-year-old man and a woman will appear in Christchurch District Court now.
Quentin Tarantino is suing Gawker Media after they have breached the Copyright Act. Gawker Media released copies of the hateful script online.
Bali is now suffering a tsunami of rubbish at the beachfront for more than a week. It's like saying that the Marshall Islands are having the same trouble with the rubbish at Majuro. TV3's Campbell Live is investigating a multi-million-dollar scam for a residency operating here in New Zealand. Last year there were 14,000 people living here illegally.
Labour Party leader David Cunliffe has unveiled his version for New Zealand, which includes education and economy.
He also unveiled the Best Start package, which will focus on a child's first 5 years of life and help struggling families. Let's check out the weather forecast for Wellington, Waikato and Auckland. Let's start with Waikato, and Hamilton is fine and 24 degrees. Taupo should have a high of 22.
Let's go to Wellington, and it's partly cloudy and 17 degrees, and Kapiti should have a high of 20.
Into Auckland. Sounds like we have another error. Sorry about that. The real temperature is 22 degrees. That's all today. Please subscribe and see you next time. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Here's our top stories today. Taupo Deputy Mayor resigns due to ill health.
High house prices are scaring home buyers in New Zealand.
And children injured in a car crash after domestic disputes.
Taupo's Deputy Mayor Keith Crate has resigned due to ill health. Mayor David Trevor-Vass said Mr. Crate's contribution to Taupo will be missed.
A Central Otago woman allegedly drove into her partner's car despite their two young children being in one of their vehicles. They drove in separate cars before pulling over and starting to have an argument.
A motorcyclist has been killed after crashing into a bank near Tauranga. The accident happened at the Tauranga bypass of State Highway 2 at 1 p.m. today. High house prices and the prospect and interest rates are hiking on the minds of home buyers. Economist Chris Brown says buyer confidence is slowly eroding.
Were you being an anti-Valentine on Valentine's Day yesterday? There was an anti-Valentine's Day celebration at the Sky City Centre in Auckland. People that are single, separated and divorced came to the party and some people shredded the photos.
The Commerce Commission is opening complaints about Countdown blackmailing suppliers, saying you have to pay money to book a place. Earlier on 60 Seconds yesterday, the Commission allows secret testimony against them.
Tonight, we continue into the Countdown special. The Commerce Commission has agreed to hear secret testimony against supermarket chain Countdown. It's looking into allegations of unfair business practice made against Countdown in Parliament.
Victims have been said to be afraid to come forward and give evidence, but this afternoon the Commission decided to offer them protection.
The Commission advises anyone who has information relevant to the allegations can request that them to keep their identity and all the information provided confidential. I am Tom and this is 60 Seconds, and get your stories into us by email on screen. Let's check out the weather forecast for Wellington, Waikato and Auckland. Let's start with Wellington, and it is fine and 22 degrees. Otaki should have a high of 22 as well.
To the Waikato region, and Taupo is also fine and 22 degrees as well.
To Auckland, it is also fine today. What's wrong with the other centres? Well, just kidding. The high is 24 degrees.
Very funny, Tom.
That's all today. Please subscribe and see you next time. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Here's our top stories today. Nelson and Marlborough hospitals ban the sale of sugary drinks.
Christchurch marks 3 years since the 6.3 magnitude earthquake killed 185 people.
And Kiwi Ice Cream are having an ice cream recall. People that are going to Nelson and Marlborough hospitals will find themselves that they don't sell sugary and energy drinks anymore.
Soft, sports, energy and flavoured drinks and milks will no longer be sold at cafes due to the District Health Board's Drink Healthy policy.
The change will come into effect at 1st of March with full compliance at March 31st. It is now 3 years since Christchurch had a 6.3 magnitude earthquake. The depth is 5 kilometres and it's 10 kilometres southeast of Christchurch. It struck about 12:51 p.m.
Many buildings suffered serious damage. The cathedral collapsed halfway, properties damaged, and roads split open and some uplifted.
They are now remembering the 185 people who were killed in the earthquake. The Kiwi Ice Cream Company is recalling 23 out of 42 ice creams with the best before due date of 2015.
The Kiwi Ice Cream Company says the affected products should not be consumed and customers should return to the place of purchase with a full refund.
23 out of 42 ice creams had the recall last week because it had an incorrect ingredient which did not meet the company's requirements. And in breaking news, Charlotte Dawson has been found dead at her Australian apartment. It appears that she suffered depression and she will be sorely missed. Let's check out the weather forecast for Wellington, Waikato and Auckland. Let's start with Waikato, and Hamilton is partly cloudy and 30 degrees. Yes, that's right, 30 degrees Celsius.
Wow, that's balmy hot. To Wellington now, it's partly cloudy and 23 degrees.
Into Auckland, and we are having a third error. Sorry about that. Guys. And the real temperature is 25 degrees and low of 19. That's all today. Please subscribe and see you next time. Welcome to Tom and Ben News for New Zealand. Here is our top stories today. The Flight Control Centre in Malaysia has lost the Malaysian Airlines plane flight MH370 and believes that 2 New Zealanders are in the plane.
Justin Bieber reportedly stormed out of a deposition relating to a lawsuit brought by a photographer after a lawyer quizzed him about his on-and-off girlfriend, Selena Gomez.
And the Earthquake Commission reveals that they have received 4,000 claims after January's Wellington earthquake. A Malaysia Airlines Boeing 777-200 carrying 239 people lost contact over the South China Sea early Saturday morning on a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing.
And international aviation authorities still hadn't located the jetliner several hours later.
Malaysia Airlines said it was working with authorities who activated their search and rescue teams to locate the aircraft. The route would take the aircraft from Malaysia across to Vietnam and China. Justin Bieber reportedly stormed out of a deposition relating to a lawsuit brought by a photographer after a lawyer quizzed him after his on-and-off girlfriend, Selena Gomez.
Photographer Jeffrey Binion began legal action against Bieber and his bodyguard, Hugo Hesney, last year.
He alleges he was assaulted by Hesney and ordered to delete his images after the 20-year-old singer took offence at being snapped outside a recording studio. The Earthquake Commission says it has received more than 4,000 claims following the 6.2 magnitude earthquake which struck the lower North Island in January.
EQC has received 4,126 claims relating to the January 20th earthquake located near Eketahuna, with more than 1,200 of those in Palmerston North.
People have 3 months to lodge a claim with EQC. The last day to file a claim is April 22nd. The area with the most claims is Palmerston North with 1,255. Prince William and Princess Kate will come to New Zealand next month and won't be visiting Waitangi, has so insists a Ngāpuhi Māori elder. He says he will knock down a famous monument to the signing of the Treaty of Waitangi.
He also threatened to block Prime Minister John Key from ever returning to Waitangi's Lower Marae.
A 45-year-old motorcyclist has died after a collision with a truck on a rural Waikato road.
The man had been riding with 2 other motorcyclists when the crash happened about midday at the intersection of Waterville Road and Manawara Road, just outside Matamata.
If you're still using Windows XP, here's a little warning. You have a month before your system is retired.
From April, Microsoft